Live Sessions. This is your host Umar Khan, and I'm back with another show, another guest. And yet again, I'm very excited to introduce my guest for today. We have another proud alumna of Greenwich University. And before I tell her name, I would like to mention the wonderful things that she has been doing over the years. We have with us Ma'am Saniha Jafri, who is a seasoned banker, and she is in the banking field for over 2 decades and lots of experience in foreign banks, ranging from consistent business growth in generating new sales, developing teams while managing branches, setting up learning academy, improving frontline and customer experience through sales transformation, and heading priority and international banking. She's worked with many banks over the years, but currently she is with HBL as the HR in HR last year, and currently she is heading diversity and inclusion for the bank. So, welcome to the show, ma'am. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me here.
Thank you for your time and thank you for joining. First of all, we all know that we are all stuck in this COVID situation. So, how has life and work affected you, and how have you adapted accordingly?
I think we adapted over a period of time. Initially, it was very we were all lost, and there was a lot of fear on what's going to happen next. But then with time, I think we all got accustomed and used to adapting the different norms of staying at home and working from home. So I think with the period of time, हम सब लोगों ने अच्छी तरीके से adapt कर लिया है how to work from home, and I think everybody is being very productive. And even I think personally, everybody's gotten a time to, sort of self-reflect and, pay attention to what they would like to do. And, I think there are a lot of things, एक ठहराव आया है life में. So I think for a change, it was a good change too, because I think we all were very, our lives are very hustle, bustle, like running around here and there. So this sort of, calmed our pace down.
Absolutely, and one thing is important that one should stay positive during this time because these
Yes.
are really testing times, and as you said, that people are in panic, they're very uncertain about what's going to happen tomorrow. So it's really important to keep yourself positive. राइट अब जब कभी हम बैंक की बात करते हैं या बैंकर्स की बात करते हैं तो जिस किसी का जानने वाला या रिश्तेदार बैंक में होता है सबसे पहले चीज वो कहते हैं यार ईद करीब आने वाली है नए नोट दिलवा दो तो ये बताएं आपको कितनी दफा लोगों ने ये रिक्वेस्ट की है कि यार साने आप तो बैंक में नए नोट दिलवा दें हमें
I think almost everyone. You can't leave anyone out. Like from you name it, and they've asked for it. Yes.
फिर उनको उनकी रिक्वेस्ट पूरी होती है या खाली हाथ लौट
You see again, अभी काफी systems in line हो गए हैं, so everybody does get it. सबको थोड़ा थोड़ा मिल ही जाता है. So I don't think there has been an issue. Yeah.
Right. So let's just talk about your journey. You graduated from Greenwich in 1997, and you did your master's in the finance field, and then you started your career with banking. So
Yes.
why did you choose banking only? क्या चीज थी जो आपको banking की तरफ खींच के ले गई?
I used to at times go with my parents to bank if they had some work, and they would go and sit inside the branch manager's room, and it would really fascinate me. Okay, oh my God, look at the way how everything is being managed here and stuff. So I always thought, okay, I want to be a banker, and that too, I wanted to be in consumer and retail banking.
Right.
So, luckily, and it was my dream, especially here, to work in ABN AMRO Bank, and I got in. So that was something which I always dreamt of, and I got it. So I was very thankful and grateful for that. Yeah.
Right. So over the years, you've worked with many banks. You've got lots of exposure, even the working with the foreign banks as well. So talk us through that journey, where you started from, and then where you switched to, and what was the learning curve throughout these.
You see, I think I'll pick on the places where I've worked and spent my time the most. So I think 4 years I spent in ABN AMRO, and literally we worked as family, so work was fun. I've made friends, which, when 20 years ago. But I made friends which are still, very good friends, and they've become like family. So work has always been okay. Yes, we have to work, we have to deliver. But my father always said that 70 to 80% of our time we're spending at work. So, we need to be around good people. We need to be around people who, are there for you. So I think, on my journey, and with clients, customer dealing, I started off in branch banking. So I think it was quite fun, and I did that because I enjoyed doing it. And then I think my next big tenure was in Standard Chartered Bank, which was almost over 14 years. Again, that's a long journey, and I had a great time there. I made great friends, again, like family. And I think you should just do work where you are enjoying and you're passionate about the roles that you're doing. So whatever I took up, I could not stay in one role for more than 2 to 3 years. And luckily, I did get the opportunity to move from one place to the other, one department, another department, and stuff. So I really thoroughly enjoyed my tenure. And since last year, I joined HBL as head diversity and inclusion, and I'm loving it here too, because this is more about empowering women and inclusion and stuff like that. So this is again a very rewarding job.
Right. So you mentioned that you started banking like 2 decades ago, and there are lots of changes over this time periods. In systems and the way banking has been progressing and everything. What changes did you feel, and how would you rate or explain banking in Pakistan in the 90s, in the 2000s, and now in the current times?
You see, I guess initially when I started, we were, we didn't have a huge network, So even like ABN AMRO was just 2 branches and 3, 4, in a city. So it wasn't like huge network. So we were all very connected. Then even when I joined Standard Chartered, there were fewer branches. And then all of a sudden, acquisitions and stuff, we just expanded. So I think nowadays it's much it's wider, and it's again the change that I saw. If you see through work, a lot of things are moving towards digitization. We see a lot of customer being moved from branches to digital channels. So this is something which is happening. A lot of products coming up. When I was in RM, I think I had 2 or 3 products to sell. Now I'm like amazed that the RMs who are sitting in branches, they have like billions of products to sell. So yes, there's a big change.
Yep, and especially what I love about making cards of different banks is the discounts. You get discounts, benefits, and everything. Yeah. But I do have one small complaint. A few days back, just on the lighter note, I just received a call, and there was a female representative, and she was like, "Assalamu alaikum, sir, credit card का अपना एक substitute बनवा लें अपनी wife के लिए." तो मैंने बोला कि यार मैं जरूर बनवा लेता, लेकिन मेरे पास वाइफ नहीं है, आप वाइफ ढूंढ के दे दें, मैं आपको कार्ड बनवा लेता हूँ। तो ये जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं, लाइक आधे पीरियड के यार आपने यही बात बोलनी है, पहले देख तो लें फोन किसने उठाया है, क्या हुआ है। तो दिस वाज वन फनी इंसिडेंट दैट हैपेंड टू मी रिसेंटली।
Yeah, I guess
हो जाता है, चले कोई no worries, लेकिन I just look at the very fun side, क्योंकि usually whenever I get calls तो वो इस तरह के कुछ product होता है, तो I just have fun around it. Now you mentioned different products, you mentioned different things regarding the banking system. Now we're stuck in this COVID situation globally. We've got a huge financial crisis. Superpower like USA, they shut down over 70 banks. They filed bankruptcy for it. How do you see Pakistani banking industry post-COVID world, and even for the students who would like to enter the banking field, do they have scope or jobs available after this COVID situation?
Yes, of course. I think the students do have a big scope in banking industry, because you see, I think all the banks have very quickly adapted to this new work style of working from home. But we do have, I mean, the way everybody picked up, and I think everybody's being very productive. So I think, this industry is not going anywhere. And, I would encourage all the students, if they are passionate about, certain field or certain areas, and if in banking, then they must definitely get into it. I'm sure all the banks will be hiring, and I don't see an end to this industry at all.
Indeed, and that's what we hope for as well. That every industry and every field in Pakistan should excel and progress with time. So, of course, we'll be talking about your experience as well, but at the same time, we'll also be going back in the uni days, back to college days, when you were very active in all the activities. You were a very sporty girl back then. I don't know if you're still cycling and being active, but back in the uni days, you were quite active. And when I talk about university days, what comes to your mind? What memories comes up?
I have superb memories of university days. In fact, I made great friends, and we had great time. And I think, I think we were. I really think that we were the best over there, hanging out, studying together. I've made good friends. We've
Yeah.
done,
Ma'am, you're having some Saniha, can you hear me? Ma'am, can you hear me? Yeah, so still we're having issues with the internet. Meanwhile, yeah, can you hear me now? Right, so that's some internet issue again. So meanwhile, we'll fix it. So बात में कर रहा था rain affected situations की कि जहाँ ये जितनी drainages हैं उसमें हम जो garbage throw कर रहे हैं, even if you've seen the videos on the television कि पानी के साथ कचरा जा रहा है, तो वो कचरा हम लोगों ने ही फेंका. I think we should be responsible of throwing our garbage where it belongs. This garbage could be used in creating electricity and lots of things. So I think it's time कि we as a nation थोड़े से अपने शऊर को, अपनी एजुकेशन को इस्तेमाल करें. जो पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं वो थोड़ी सी अवेयरनेस फैलाएं. Being part of an educational institution, I would like to raise this point that we have to spread awareness regarding the basic thing as well. So, ma'am, can you hear me now?
yes, I can. Sorry, I think I just got. I don't know.
या ये मैं यही बात कर रहा था कि असल में बारिश का कसूर है सारा ये. जब से रेन इन पाकिस्तान, whenever rain happens, meanwhile हम सोचते हैं कि बाहर जाएंगे, बारिश में नहाएंगे, पकौड़े खाएंगे, but we've got much bigger problems after rains in Pakistan. Right, so we're talking about your university days. You made friends
Yes.
and you're quite sporty. I have this picture of yours. I think this was Greenwich Sports Stadium
Yes.
back in the 70s when we had our own stadium and lots of activities and sporting days. So who else can you see in the picture, and what trophies were there?
You see, I mean, this is so long time ago. I mean, but I've got Farah here, Ghasia here. These, Ghazala, and but the thing, The trophy was basically the Red House one, and we were in Red House, and I just like to be in the stadium most of the time after classes or before classes, and I remember this day because I ran an open event race for women, which was, I think, 2 rounds of the stadium. And all I could hear was the whole entire stadium screaming, "Give me red, give me red." I think there used to be some commercial of some battery on those days or something. So all I could hear was, "Give me red, give me red." And that encouragement was so good that actually made me finish, and I was like quite fast, trying to cover up.
Yeah, you're still quite sporty and active. I can see that you're in the pool. I think it's scuba diving or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
So,
want you to guess where the scuba diving is.
hmm. Right.
Can you
I think being. I'm sorry. Can you please repeat?
can you guess which place this scuba diving is?
I believe this is Charna Island.
Yes, this is China. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So I know you've got lots of foreign exposure and you love traveling as well. I'll be talking on your traveling as well, but let's just talk about Greenwich more. How do you think Greenwich, affected you as a person? It, made some positive changes and you helped you, choose your career and even the teachers. What kind of exposure you received from the faculty at Greenwich?
I think the faculty at Greenwich was extremely nice, and I think they really grilled us. I remember day one, Mr. Ehsan Durrani saying, "If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen." He said, "So if you're entering here and so there's going to be a lot of heat, if you can't take it, then you need to get out of the kitchen." So I remember that. And, we were asked to do so many projects. We were asked to present. We worked in groups, and I had amazing group projects, and launching products to talking about something. And I remember I would just get on the podium and I'd start talking, and at times I'd be like, oh, I'm lost, I don't know what I'm saying. And I remember Assam Durrani saying, cut, stop it, you don't even know what you're saying, you're just making things up now. And I'm like, okay, because I just didn't want to say, okay, I forgot what I had to say, so I kept started making it up. So I think they really picked up. Then I had business law, and this is something which I can never forget. It's because one day we go and we were supposed to have a quiz. We had these regular quizzes, and these quizzes would really count in our end semesters. So I'm like studying puri wo sare pages, highlighting everything, reading, and stuff like that. And then in the quiz we get one question, and that one question I'm like, it wasn't there. I read the whole thing. Where was it? And that question, Mr. Arshad Tayyab Ali, he was my teacher, and he put a footnote. Footnote से एक question उन्होंने उठा के वो एक quiz देगा था. So you get either 100% or you get 0, And then I'm like, who reads footnotes, So, I mean, it's drilled in my head that now, I have to read everything, So there was a lot of, I think a lot of grooming, a lot of, giving us the confidence. And, I think the students were great. So I have great friends. So I think the faculty was really nice. We had a great time with all of them. I mean, we had some superb, banking. My Mr. Asrar Siddiqui was there. He's not here anymore in the world, but he was another one of the great teachers. So we really had good faculty, and so it was really nice. And yeah, I had a great time. And during breaks or there was this restaurant around the corner, Tikala. उधर हम लोग बहुत जाते थे, वहाँ के fries and things like that. So there's so many good memories.
And Greenwich was quite active with the events as well, the musical nights and the fashion shows and lots of happenings were always there at Greenwich. And you spoke about the podium, so here's that picture. You were the podium. So that was that the day when you were just making up stories and you had no clue what you were doing?
Yes, I think it was, and my colleagues would really, and my college mates would really, can vouch for all these kind of things. But it was a lot of fun.
Indeed, it was. So I'll just add on some comments from the audience because we've got lots of people with us, and let's see who we have. Asif Sheikhs writes, "Proud of you, girl."
Yes, Asif was one of my batchmates, and I've done a lot of projects with him. We've done. We even launched a toothpaste by the name of System 4, and then we even had to make a commercial for it, and I even modeled for System 4. So yes, we made the whole, feasibility plan. We made the marketing budget. We made the finance. We made everything. So he was one of my project, members.
Wajahat Rauf, the bread director, he was on a show previously, and he just leaked a secret out that he used to take 2,000 rupees from the students to make the commercial. So
Oh
did
God.
you pay for your commercial or
No,
you made it
no,
yourself?
we did our own things. We just did our own things, and but it was a lot of fun.
Indeed. So we have with us Dr. Shafiqur Rahman. He's the head of the department at Greenwich University, and he welcomes you to the show as well. We have with us Sayyida Zahra, and she writes, "Proud of you."
Thank you, Zara.
Sayyida Yusra,
Yes,
she
thank
writes,
you.
"You
Yeah.
go, girl." And we've got lots of comments. And Asif Sheikh जो आपके बैच में थे कहते हैं दुरानी साथ favorite student. And now I'll tell you something. We've got lots of alumni from your batch and the 90s, and every single student, had to talk about Ahsan Durrani Saab, and he was indeed a legendary teacher.
He
So,
was
so many memories when it comes to Ahsan Durrani Saab. Lots of things and lots of even
such a good
apart
memory.
from the course, lots of practical teaching as well.
True. I mean, he was very practical. He really took no nonsense. I remember, why Asif says I was his favorite student because, when he says that today is the deadline to submit some project that we were supposed to submit, and then last minute, printing errors, print nahi ho raha, kuch na kuch. So in the end, I had to go to the class, and then so I really requested Mr. Durrani that it's you said day end today. So the day ends at 12. He goes, "What do you mean? This is the class." I said, "No, the day ends at 12, and you will get it before 12." So he said, "Okay." So the entire class was like, "What? How come he agreed?" I said, he said day end, and then so we got our printing done and everything done, and then we went and dropped it at his house before 12.
Wow, that's an interesting memory. So we have the Honorable Chancellor of Greenwich University, Madam Seema Mughal, with us, and she said, Saniha, please drop in someday, and we will catch up on the memories. Nice to see you. So, what would
Thank
you like
you.
to say, Madam Seema?
Thank you, Mr. Seema Mughal. It was, I mean, just talking about Greenwich Days is bringing back a lot of memories, and I would love to come and meet you. And thanks for providing us this great platform, and it was just superb.
Indeed, and we're planning lots of more things, and because you guys that are seniors and talking through to all the memories that you guys, I think the students today needs to learn a lot because the way you guys used to have fun and all the life, minus the technologies and all that stuff. So you guys were living the life actually, very lively kind of an environment and always up to something. And as you mentioned, the projects and going out and sitting with friends, talking, communicating, doing projects together. So, how do you think student life has changed over these decades? Especially after technology has been evolved so much.
I think we and especially nowadays, COVID. I don't know. I think COVID days, everybody's doing online, and I think these days it's really. I feel sad that they don't have this connection. It's very important to have interaction and together. It's very important to work together because in the middle you talk, you have breaks, you do things. It's not only just work or studying. Right now it's online, and if you have break, it's again you yourself. So I think things should get back to the normal routine, and I think inshallah it will be much better then.
And the new normal would be definitely different from the previous life that we used to live. I think
Exactly.
human nature is all about adaptability, and I think we've done a wonderful job over the past 4 months. The way we have adapted all the sectors, even the banking sector, the education sector.
Yeah.
And, we're continuing
Hats
with
off to
that.
the teachers. Yes, the way they've just completely they're doing all the schooling online, so it's great.
Indeed, it is. And now let's just talk about the fun side. As we've seen, even in your uni days, you were quite athletic, always into the activities, mostly found in the ground after the classes. So you also have a passion for traveling. I'll share a few pictures of you traveling. So I believe that is Saif al Muluk in winter's time.
That's right. Yes.
This is Pakistan, and indeed, Pakistan is so beautiful. Another picture of you. What place is this?
This is again. Any guesses?
I think this is up north, maybe
Yes,
yeah, somewhere Fairy Meadows, somewhere near
this
that.
is Siripaya.
Siripai. Okay, this is above Mashpuri. The
Yes,
yeah, this is above.
Naran.
Yeah, this the I'm forgetting the name. The Siripai is like the tracking
Yeah,
field, and I do
that's
get
it.
it. And in winters, it's really beautiful as well.
It is
Yeah,
beautiful. I
yeah,
think
above Shogran. Shogran is the mid level. Then comes Siri. Then comes Pai. So it's all
that's
tracking.
right.
Yes, another picture, and this is Naran.
This is no. This is the highest peak, which is Azad Kashmir. So this
Wow.
is Tau Bat, which is the highest peak, and this is Tau Bat. And I think in our country we have great places to explore, and I love traveling. I've traveled, all the countries as well, quite a few countries. But I think I thought these pictures were very adventurous, and they really show our country out there.
Indeed, and Pakistan is still unexplored, and especially because I also have a passion for traveling. And I, before this COVID situation, I used to have at least two road trips from Karachi to up north by road. And the most beautiful thing about traveling in Pakistan is with every 100 kilometers, you feel the change in culture, the change in the taste of foods, the different way of hospitalities. So Pakistan is so beautiful when it comes to traveling. With every city, there's new flavor and new colors and new traditions. So it's just amazing.
It is amazing. It's really beautiful. The only thing I hope that, if we can have a proper infrastructure, because the routes to these areas were so, horrific. It's like you don't know if you're going to come back or not. So I just wish that our infrastructure, roads are developed. On my way to Kashmir, I really didn't find any washrooms. I had to knock at people's doors in houses, and I'd be like, "Can I please use your washroom?" Because, so I think we really need to develop all these places. Otherwise, I mean, it's beautiful out there.
Indeed, it is. So we've got some questions for you as well from the students. We
Yes.
have the Sundar Sanwar, and she writes, "How much scope is there for someone who has masters in English in banking? Can we shift to HR?"
I think masters in English would definitely help, because I think you have scope. We've got a lot of, in every bank and in every I think even companies. We have they have communication departments, internal communication, external communication. So you get a lot of, you get to write a lot of things, and if your English is good, I think that would really help in help the bank with so many things, on the writing side, basically.
Right. So there are lots of youngsters, lots of current students watching us right now, and you being such a seasoned banker with all those experience, can you like help out the students, whoever are interested in getting into the banking field and they want to make a career in the banking side? So what guidelines would you like to give them? And is there any opportunities for any internship, or the way they can get into the banking systems? So if you can give a short guideline.
Yeah, sure. I think all banks basically in summers they do put up an they online sab log apna they roll out the internship programs. So a lot of students can really look into those internship programs during summers and winters. And then there's a lot of, I think every organization hires. So whatever hiring is opening, it's out there again on the whichever bank you're interested in. Unki websites pe, I think they need to get in touch with them, and you have to constantly keep looking. And another thing what I feel is that if you really make up your mind that yes, I want to get into this field, or I want to do this, just start with a clear head and just focus on work. So if you're just focusing on your work and delivering, things will just start happening and falling in place. So you need to just enter with a clear heart, with clean intentions and hard work. Just be, and that's it. And I think it'll take you places. You just need to be focused. Your mind needs to just believe that whatever you want, you'll get it. And with time, you do get it. And I mean, for myself, whatever I've asked God for. If not now, later, I would definitely get it. But you have to work towards it. You can't just sit on it. Oh, I've asked, and the supreme power will just help me. They will. Supreme power will help, but you need to put in all your efforts.
Right. Asif bhai writes here, Sanya, you forgot another legendary teacher, Sir Rahat Munir.
Oh,
How can you do that? How can you do that?
forget him. I cannot forget Mr. Rahat Munir. He is again one of my favorite teachers, and there's no way I can forget him.
So, we talked to about so many memories, so many things, and you also mentioned how you developed your interest toward the banking side when you first entered as a kid with your parents, and you said that
Yes.
I want the environment, I want to be a banker, and over 2 decades, it's a seasoned banker with so much success, mashallah, in different fields, and you explored all of them. If you wouldn't be a banker, what would you be?
A lawyer.
A lawyer.
Yes.
So,
I
both
would have
sides.
been a lawyer even when I did my master's and I was working in ABN AMRO. I actually went and joined law college, and I was a student of law college. I cleared my 2 years, but I was working, but just I was so passionate about law as well that I used to go and give my exams and stuff like that. But then I just didn't continue.
Right. So indeed, as much as I'm loving this session, we're also coming towards an end. But
Okay,
before we leave, there's a few more things I would like to ask you.
sure.
First, starting from how was your experience being here at Greenwich Live Sessions today?
Greenwich.
On Greenwich
Live.
Live
Oh,
Sessions.
this was interesting. Very casual. Yes, so it was good. Good to share. Brought back a lot of old memories.
And you were quite nervous at the start. You were quite nervous at the start, and कि क्या होगा, कैसे होगा? But was it that bad?
No, no, it was pretty chilled. Yeah.
Right, and all of our Greenwich fraternity is watching, many of our students, your batchmates. What would you like to say for Greenwich family?
I think I think everybody is doing a great job, and they've produced so many graduates who are doing well in different industries and across the globe. And so I think we should just maintain. And and my thing to the students is that really put in all the effort, because this is the time where you can really learn. And once they learn, and then they can come out and actually translate things into action in the real world. And yes,
Indeed, and thank you so much for your time. And keep smiling, stay safe, and keep doing the wonderful work that you've been doing over the years.
thank you. Thanks, Mar. Thank
You're
you.
most
Okay.
welcome. So, okay, Allah Hafiz. And you heard, ma'am, Saniha Jafri, who's a seasoned banker, working in the banking field for over 2 decades, and all the memories that she shared with us in student life, all the sporting activities, all the memories with the teachers, the classmates. And it's just such a wonderful journey when we talk about from student life to choosing careers and then making a successful career, mashallah. And all of our alumnus, mashallah, are well placed. And journey sharing, the purpose of these journey sharing is so that you guys can get inspired, because the most crucial time is the time when you select and pick a university. Those 4 or 5 years of your life is the foundation of what you're going to do your entire life, and at that very time you have to decide what career you want to make it into. And by getting good teachers, by getting good mentors, by getting good environment, you develop that foundation. And once a good solid foundation is developed, I think there's no stopping you. And as we heard in the session as well, Sania shared that focus is very important, that you need to be focused. You just can't sit down and wait for luck to happen. You have to work hard, and then believe in things to happen because and due to your hard work, not just by the way. So I hope you learned a lot from this session. It was quite a lot of enjoyment, and brought up many old memories as well. And you can always give us your feedback in the comments. You can let us know in future what kind of live sessions topics do you want to hear, and what guests you want to see on Greenwich live sessions. At the same time, you can see right here down below our official WhatsApp number, that is 0306 224 8363. You can write in your questions regarding admissions or any other queries that you have. Our email address is admission@greenwich.edu.pk. You can always email us your queries, and at the same time, you can visit our website, that is greenwich.university, where you can explore all the sites what Greenwich is offering. 14th September is the start date of fall semester. We're offering BBA, MBA, B.Ed for all the teachers, and a wonderful opportunity for all the teachers out there. Greenwich University is providing 50% discount for all the teachers to encourage them to do B.Ed and explore and increase their chances in getting into the teaching field professionally and internationally as well. We're also offering literature, economics, accounts, even media. So have a visit at Greenwich University, explore it, and experience it yourself how life at Greenwich is. इसी के साथ डीजे उमर खान को इजाजत, इंशाल्लाह होगी मुलाकात कल with another guest, another session, another topic. Until next time, stay safe, keep smiling, stay positive, not corona positive, positive in life. Until next time, Pakistan Zindabad.